Hello everyone. This is going to be a video that's going to help explain in depth all the products that you will get in the Premium Starter Kit when you sign up with Young Living. I'm going to break down each oil that you'll receive, plus all the other extra goodies in the kit. And then later on, I will show you how you can sign up to become a retail or wholesale member and what the benefits of being a wholesale member are. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I found a picture to show you all what's included in the brand new Premium Starter Kit. Down here, I'll touch on this later, you can see all the diffusers that you can actually choose from now. But first I'm going to start with the most exciting thing in the kit, and that is the oil collection. So I'm going to hop over here and show you all each individual oil, explain to you some of my favorite uses for each one. There's some extra goodies down here. So we're just going to stay up on this page. So let's go ahead and start. We'll just go in order on this page. We'll start with Stress Away. If you flip out over here, you'll notice that Stress Away is down here and not included in this box with all the other oils. Stress Away is actually an extra. And in this kit, it comes with a roll-on attachment. Stress Away is one that a lot of people love to wear. The name really does say it all. It's got a very crisp, clean smell to it. Very citrusy with a hint of vanilla. It's one of my absolute favorites, and so it's very nice to have the roll-on feature for this. And with the roll-on, you just take this little piece right here, and there's a plastic dropper inside once you open the bottle, and you'll take that out, put this roller feature on, put the roller cap on, and screw it as tight as you can, and that will click this ball in place. And there you will have a roll-on. Now this is directly from the Young Living website, this page here. Stress Away, you can see this little symbol here, and each oil will have symbols next to it, just how they're most commonly used or most favorably used. But this little symbol here means that it is a, down here I will show you, a dietary oil, which means that you can ingest it, and that it's one that's good to ingest for many different reasons. Now, any oils that you ingest, I always recommend just putting those in a stainless steel or glass container, especially citrus ones, because the citrus is so pure that it can actually eat through plastics or styrofoams or other materials that your cup may be made of. So it's always just safe to put them in a glass water bottle or a stainless steel one. Like I said, Stress Away is one of my favorites. And right here it lists all the oils. It is a blend, so it lists all the oils that are in Stress Away. So we have copaiba, lime, cedarwood, vanilla, Akati, and lavender. And down here you can read some of their recommended uses for Stress Away. It's a great one that I like to have on hand at the office. If I know I'm going to be in the car a while with any young children, it's just a great one to have. Very, very calming, soothing, crisp scent. Let's flip back over. And like I said, we're going to hit on these oils. So let's go ahead and go to these. Lavender. Now, as you can see, there's 5 cards down here, and these are kind of the 5, what I like to call favorites of the kit. So we're going to definitely talk about these and their uses that a lot of people love. First one that we're going to talk about is probably one of the most popular ones, just because it's has so many great uses to it, and that is lavender oil. This one is another absolute favorite of mine. I always make sure to have 2 or 3 in stock at all times, just because it is not one that I want to run out of. Lavender, these symbols mean that it can be diffused or aromatic. It is also one, I believe that the drop is, oh, it is topical. I apologized. It's topical and aromatically. Now, I have ingested it. Just because the symbol, the dietary symbol, is not next to an oil does not necessarily mean it's not meant to be ingested. The bottle will tell you if you are not meant to ingest it, but most Young Living oils you can ingest either in a glass of water or in a veggie capsule. So here again are some of Young Living's recommended uses for lavender. I love lavender for any skin-related issues. And the great thing about lavender is that it's gentle. It does not need to be diluted, so I feel safe putting it on my children's skin. If you have an open wound that is bleeding, lavender is a great one that can aid that to stop the bleeding. It smells absolutely wonderful, very floral, just another really relaxing scent, which is another great use for lavender. It's very calming and relaxing. I like to put it in my bath before going to bed at night, and then adding a couple drops in my diffuser right on my nightstand, and that's just going to help you feel really calm and at peace when you go to bed at night. The next oil that we're going to talk about is peppermint. This is another one that I absolutely must have at all times, and let me tell you why. I deal with a lot of stomach-related issues, and peppermint is a great one just for helping with that. Nausea starts rolling in. It might just be a little mild or something, and it's a great one that you can just put a drop or two under your tongue. It's also a really good one to just add to your glass of water. It tastes amazing for the warmer weather. It's great in a tea, iced tea, or ice water. And then once it starts getting colder outside, it's a really, really nice oil to add to your hot cocoa or a hot tea, or something that might even just treats, your Christmas cookies, anything like that. It's a great one to add to flavor any foods that you might be enjoying. It's also good, like I said, you can put a drop or two under your tongue for just a quick breath freshener. But yes, peppermint is good for a lot of things as well. Now, it is one oil because it is a mint oil. Some people don't like the feeling of having it applied directly onto their skin. I don't mind it, but if you don't like a cool or somewhat burning sensation, not a painful burning, but just a very cooling sensation on your skin, then you're going to want to get a carrier oil such as organic coconut oil, organic olive oil. Young Living actually sells a vegetable oil called V6, which is a great one as well. Something that you can apply some of these, what we like to call hot oils with. But I always say just test it on your skin, just test it on a little patch. See if you mind it, because this is a really good one. If you have a fever, if you're feeling a hot flash or anything like that, this is a really good one to apply to your skin. The next one is a big one. This one is wonderful. Frankincense. Now, this is one that is by itself fairly pricey, just because of how what's the word? Sacred, I guess. How valuable it is. It's a great one. Has many, many uses. Topically, aromically. It's a great one. I personally like using frankincense for skin-related issues that may be a little bit more intense, if you will. that lavender may not be potent or strong enough. Frankincense is a great one. I'm actually going to share a story. Frankincense is the reason that I got into Young Living, because I saw how well it worked. 2 years ago, while I was pregnant, I contracted a staph infection that gave me open sores all over my body, and because I was pregnant, I didn't want to take any harsh antibiotics. I was trying to go a more natural route, and somebody suggested frankincense and said frankincense is a great one to have for skin-related issues, and I researched it, and lo and behold, it's one that you can actually use to help with staph infections. So I was able to get my hands on a bottle, and I used all of it, the entire bottle, and my staph infection was cleared completely in 1 week. And not only did frankincense take care of the open sores, but it also took care of the scarring. Frankincense is great for scarring, stretch marks, anything on your skin that you really don't want showing up. Frankincense is a great one. It's hard to explain the smell of it. I would best say it's very earthy. You know what? It says right here, an earthy, balsamic aroma. Some people don't care for it. I didn't love it at first, but now it's one of my favorites. It's one that's just great to diffuse at night as well. It calms me down. It's a good one to mix with lavender. So frankincense is one of my favorites. Let's move over to lemon oil. Lemon oil is a great one that I like to use every day to ingest. Now, it's good for a lot of dietary reasons, but lemon oil is a great one that actually eats at the toxins in your system. Now, I wish that I could show you an example, and I may make a video separately here. I wish I could show you, but I've learned a trick where if you take a styrofoam cup and you put 1 drop of lemon on the styrofoam, it will actually eat through the styrofoam. It will eat a hole through the styrofoam. Now, why is this? It's because the lemon oil attacks anything that is not good, anything that is toxic. So when we ingest it into our bodies, it's going to go and find the things that our body does not need. If we're dealing with an illness, if we're dealing with anything, just, if we maybe ate a lot of stuff around the holiday season that, we may be regretting around January, lemon oil would probably be a great way to start detoxing that out of our system. So the thing with lemon oil is the more drops that you put in your water, the more you're going to detox. And I always recommend for people to start with 1 or at most 2 drops in their water in about 16 ounces of water in a glass water bottle, remember, glass or stainless steel. And that's because the more lemon oil drops that you put in your water, the more you're going to need to be by the bathroom. And I'm going to keep this as less detailed as possible, but yes, when you think of detoxing, you know what your body can go through, and although it may not be fun, it is definitely a good thing for your body. So if you are looking for some sort of cleansing system, this is a good natural way to do that. It's also delicious, and you can combine it with other oils in your water if you want to make it just a flavorful, fun combination. That would be fine too. You can add it in your tea, anything that you're baking that would require lemon zest or seasoning, like Young Living says down here. So this is a really, really, really good oil to have. I love it. The next oil that we're going to talk about is copaiba. Now, that's how I choose to pronounce it. I've heard it pronounced many other ways. You may hear copaiba. I think there's even one other one that I've heard. So if it sounds anything close to this, then they're probably talking about copaiba oil. Copaiba, my favorite use for copaiba oil is topically. For any muscle pain or specifically swelling, joint pain, anything like that, copaiba is a great one to place on your skin that's going to help with relieving the swollenness of a muscle or a joint. If you deal at all with anything such as fibromyalgia or anything that may cause, or if you just had a very tough workout and your joints are really sore and you can tell they're a little swollen or something like that, copaiba is a great one. It really does not have much of a scent to it, nothing overwhelming or anything like that at all. So I really like this one for those uses. In Young Living, let's see what they say down here. You can add a drop to an herbal tea such as chamomile or rooibos tea to enjoy the complex flavor and to support your health regimen. Now, I've never actually ingested copaiba before, but I'm sure there's not too much flavor to it. I'm sure it's a nice light flavor, but there you go. That's a great use for it as well. Moving on down to another oil that I tell everybody they need. And if you've heard anything of Young Living, you've probably heard of Thieves Oil or the Thieves line. They actually have a full line that is based off of the Thieves Oil. So I don't believe the story is over here, but very briefly, Thieves Oil is named based on thieves back in the day that used to rummage through dead bodies that had died because of the Black Plague. And they would rub a blend of spices and oils and herbs all over themselves, and it would keep them from contracting the plague from those dead bodies. And they would steal things off the bodies, and they finally were caught one day, and in exchange for their freedom, they had to give up their recipe because everybody wanted to know, well, how did you not die? How did you not contract this plague? And so they gave up their recipe, and lo and behold, we have this recipe right here in these essential oils. It's clove, cinnamon bark, rosemary, lemon, and eucalyptus radiata. Thieves has so many different uses. I could make an entire separate video just on this oil right here, but I'm just going to tell you that this one is great to have around those seasons of the year where the sicknesses are going around. It's a very good antibacterial, and so it's very good to dilute and apply to feet. There's points on your feet similar to the ones that a acupuncturist might use that help lead to your immune system, and adding this to your feet and also diffusing it can definitely help boost your immune system around those seasons where bugs are going around that you don't want to catch. It's just a great one to have. I also like using it to clean my fruits and vegetables, and Thieves actually, or Young Living just came out with a fruit and veggie spray that has the Thieves oil in it, which is very convenient. But before that even came out, I just used a couple drops of Thieves in a spray bottle with water diluted and sprayed it onto my produce, scrubbed it and washed it, and I knew that it was going to be as clean as possible. It's got a very lovely scent too, because of that cinnamon bark and that clove. It's a very good scent to have around the fall and winter seasons. Just very warming and uplifting, and I love the smell of Thieves. So this one, if you're wanting to get any oils from Young Living, you're not sure which ones to start with, if you don't want to get the full kit or anything like that, Thieves is definitely one you want to have on hand, especially around fall and winter seasons when there are so many illnesses going around. We're going to move on over to Panaway. Now, Panaway is one that is great to add with copaiba for the same purpose as copaiba for any swelling or joint pain. It's a very good one that a lot of people like to use after working out or any yes, like it says here, any physical activity. Panaway is a blend with wintergreen, clove, helichrysum, and peppermint. So that means that you're going to want to dilute it before you add it onto your skin. If you don't mind the pepperminty or the minty feeling on your skin without the diluted oil, then that's fine too. Now, you will notice here that Panaway has a different cap than the other oils. This is one that's just child-proofed because it does have so many what they call hot oils in it. Clove is also a hot oil. So they just like to be safe with little kids. It's just child-proof. That's all that is. But it is very minty. Smells very, very good. Very, very good. But just remember that with any of these hot oils, you're going to want to try to dilute it first just to see how you feel when applying it topically. And another note to say real quick is that if you ever get a burning oil on your skin and you don't like the sensation, do not try to rinse it off with water, because water actually drives the oil deeper into your skin and will actually create a more intense sensation. So if you're not liking it, then it's going to make it actually worse. So please remember that if you're going to try any of these oils on your skin, you need to have coconut oil or any kind of thick oil like avocado or olive oil, anything like that. You need to have one of those on hand just in case you're not a fan of that sensation. The next oil is RC. Now this one is wonderful to have as well for the 6 seasons when you have a lot of respiratory issues. RC is, sorry, I'm reading this here. Yeah, RC is a great one to diffuse if you're having a lot of congestion, if you're having any chest congestion or congestion in your head. This is a great one to diffuse during the day, and at night you can even wear it. It's showing right here, it's topical. This one does not burn. It does have eucalyptus in it, and there's a couple other oils in there. Some people don't mind the smell of it. Some people don't love it. It doesn't smell too terrible, but it's not one that I would want to wear throughout the day or anything like that. So if you're wanting to use it, I would recommend diffusing it for the most part. It's saying you can put it in some steaming water and place a towel over your head and inhale the steam. Yeah, and you can apply it to the areas, your throat, your chest, your neck, especially if you're dealing with a really bad cough and you're wanting to help break that up. RC is a great one for that. Next, we have purification. Now, purification is another one that I love to have. It's got many different uses, and this is one that keeps surprising me. I just keep learning of different uses for it. But my favorite use for purification is pretty much, what the name says, is using it to purify the air. Purification is a great one to keep anywhere that might have more odors than other places, such as near a trash can or in a restroom, or if you have pets, maybe next to the pet's cage, or I even wash my dog's bedding in purification. I add a couple drops to the laundry when I'm doing that, or if there's, laundry that's extra stinky, that's a great one to add to it. It's a blend, and it has lemongrass, rosemary, melaleuca A, myrtle, citronella, and lavender. Now, because it has citronella in it, purification is a great one to wear outside when it's mosquito season. They do not like the smell of that, obviously, because of the citronella. So this is a great one to bring your diffuser outside. You can add it to the hot points on your body, which are the points that give off more heat, like your neck, your wrists, places like that. Yes, you can add it to a spray bottle. You can get rid of some of those overpowering smells like smoke or mildew or stale foods. I like keeping it by my sink as well, because sometimes the dishes can get a little bit smelly. So this is a great, great oil to have on hand. We're going to move on over to Digize. Now, Digize, the name kind of sounds familiar, or sounds similar to what the use is for, and it's the digestive system. It's a little bit stronger, more potent than peppermint as far as using it for stomach-related issues. Now, this is a really, really good one to have if you feel that nausea starting to kick in, or if you have any other symptoms that you may run to get some, let's say, over-the-counter pink drink that might help with those. Digize is a great one that you can use in place of that. It's a blend of tarragon, juniper, anise, ginger, fennel, patchouli, peppermint, and lemongrass. A lot of people like to drink it when they're sick. I don't really love the flavor of it, so I do put it in a veggie capsule if I feel like I need to ingest it. If you maybe have some issues after eating certain foods, like if you're lactose intolerant and you want to enjoy that bowl of ice cream without having to deal with what comes afterwards, Digize is something that you can take a capsule before you eat that meal or that bowl of ice cream or whatever it may be, and that's just going to help your stomach to digest it better. But yes, if you are starting to feel any sort of stomach symptoms, Digize is definitely a go-to. I always like to warn people that this one is kind of known as a stinky oil. It does not smell very good. However, it is very, very powerful and works very well for the stomach. So I actually have placed in a roller fitment on my bottle. That way, when I drop it onto my stomach when I'm not feeling very well, when I put it on my stomach, I'm rolling it on instead of dropping it and rubbing it in with my hand, so I don't have that smell lingering on my hand. But it smells, I like to compare it to licorice, a black licorice. That's very similar to what it smells like. The last oil that we're going to touch on is tea tree. Tea tree is also known as Melaleuca A, previously known as Melaleuca A as well, but they just changed the name to tea tree because that's what it is. It's a tea tree oil. And tea tree oil is great for so many things. I like to use it for my son when he's teething. I just apply it neat to his gums where I can see that the tooth is coming in. Tea tree has a very mild numbing sensation to it, and it's very good to use when you don't want to use the other stuff that may be ingested that you can buy from the store that's not that filled with so many things that you want your child ingesting. So tea tree is good for mild numbing. If you as an adult have any tooth pain, this is great to add to your gums as well. Another thing that is great is just skincare. I've heard a lot of people like putting it in their shampoo. If you deal with dry skin on your scalp, tea tree is a great one. It's got a very nice smell to it. It does smell somewhat woodsy, oaky. It has a distinct smell to it, not too overpowering, but it's a very good one to have to apply topically for skin-related stuff. Let's see. Yeah, you can add it to massage oil. I can see how that would be a nice one for massage oil. So tea tree is the last oil of this collection that will be included in the premium starter kit. So now that we have kind of hit on the 11 oils that you'll get, I'm just going to briefly show you what else you get. Now the packaging is brand new, and I must say that it is absolutely beautiful. Over here, when you open up your box, there's a lot of extra pamphlets in here that are just going to help explain a little bit more in depth about what you get in your kit. Down here are the sample packets. These are great to hand out to your friends. They include enough drops, I believe 2 or 3 drops, so it's enough for them to get a good try. And you're going to get peppermint, you're going to get lemon oil, you're going to get thieves, lavender, And I believe this is Peace and Calming, but I'm not quite sure. I actually haven't seen this one in the new kit, so, and I can't really read it, but I believe that might be Peace and Calming, which is not included in the kit anymore. Over here, these are also to give to your friends. You're going to get some sample bottles. You can mix some oils, or you can just drop some in singles. And if, let's say somebody wants to try lavender oil like this here, you fill the bottle as full as you would like with some lavender oil. And you're going to stick that bottle in the little hole in the card. And then when your friend opens the card, there's a little bit more information, very similar to this right here. They're going to see how they can use it, and if you feel, like writing a note or anything about how you like to use it, that's very helpful too. But it's just a very nice way to give a gift to a friend, or if they ask a little bit more, or let's say you give them one of these and they really love it. You want to give them some more oil to try, you can give them one of these. Ningxia up here. Ningxia Red is a drink that Young Living provides. It's made from the Ningxia berry, and it's a very good antioxidant drink. It's immune boosting. It's very flavorful and delicious. I know a lot of people drink it every day, and they like to add different oils to it just to change up the flavor combinations. So this is a great way for you to try that product and see if you like it. And then you can always go back and order the bottles of it. There's a whole Ningxia line now of different drinks and different products and everything, so you can always go and check that out. But these are 2 full-size drinking packets of the Ningxia Red, which are available for purchase in a box. So you're getting a full size. This isn't just a sample size. So these are very delicious. I love these, just to stick them in the fridge and drink them in the morning. It's a good energy boost, great tasting drink. You can add it to a smoothie. Love, love, love these. Now we're going to scroll down and talk about the different diffusers that are available with this starter kit. Now, this is a new feature that Young Living just released with the starter kit. It used to only come with one diffuser, but now you can actually choose which one you would like. And you can see down here, as a new member, if you're newly signed up, when you sign up with Young Living as a new member, you can order this kit, and then you can choose which diffuser you like. Now, the first 3 pretty much work the same. They all reach a pretty good span in a room, but they all look different. The home diffuser has a little bit of a light up at the top, which if you hold the button down, it can turn it off if you have it in the bedroom at night or anything like that. But it's just a very pretty one. It looks like a flower. And the next one is the Dewdrop, which is one of the newer ones as well. And I believe this one has a light as well. Any of the diffusers that have a light, there is a way to turn off that feature if you don't care for it. The Bamboo diffuser, which just has this very nice, sleek, modern look to it. It's taller than the other ones. It's also not as wide, so if you're looking for a space-saving one, this is a great one to have. And then there's also the Aria diffuser. Now, everybody sees the Aria diffuser and they wonder, whoa, why is it so much more than something like the home diffuser? It has a lot more great features. Not only is the range bigger, so it can cover a larger area, like a living room and a kitchen, or a bedroom and a bathroom or something like that. It has lights, and then you can see it has a remote here as well. You can actually plug in an MP3 player and play soothing spa music with it. It's just a very gorgeous looking diffuser as well. So this is one for those that if you just want to dive in and just get the best of the best and everything, the Aria is definitely the best of the best. So these are the 4 diffusers that you get to choose from at checkout for your starter kit. So we're going to jump on over here real quick because I want to show you if you are interested in signing up, what it's going to look like, what the process is going to look like. You're going to go to youngliving.com, and up at the top you can click on Become a Member. Now that's going to take you to this page right here. And you can choose which type of membership you would like. There's a wholesale membership, and there's a retail customer. Now, of course, I'm always going to recommend the wholesale membership, and this is why. Look at all of these benefits. You get 24% off retail pricing on all of your favorite products. Every product that Young Living has to offer, you get 24% off. You get the chance to participate in compensation plans and earn commissions just by sharing the Young Living. If that is something that eventually you would want to look into, I would be more than happy to help give you more information on that. You qualify for Young Living member events around the world, and you get to enjoy the benefits and convenience of Essential Rewards. Now, Essential Rewards is a separate program that I don't like to hit too much on when I'm teaching just about the starter kit, because it is a whole different class in and of itself. But pretty much in a nutshell, is Essential Rewards is a monthly membership program where if you spend a certain amount a month, you get points back that you can earn and use towards free product, pretty much. And you also get discounted shipping, and it's a wonderful, wonderful program. And I actually have a video kind of explaining more in depth what Essential Rewards is. If you want to learn more about that, it's on my YouTube channel. So we're going to scroll down. Who introduced you to Young Living? Most likely you heard of Young Living through somebody, and they are wanting to sign you up. And if that is the case, they will provide you with their sponsor ID and their enroller ID, which should be the same number. I just went ahead and typed in mine just so I can take you to the next page. If for some reason you heard about Young Living and it was not from a reference, then you would just click No one referred me. I do not have a sponsor or enroller. I do encourage you, however, to find somebody that you may know, just because it'll help them out, and it'll help you out too, because you'll know personally the person in your upline, and they'll be able to help explain if you have any questions about products or anything regarding Young Living. So we're going to go ahead and click Continue. And it's going to take you to this page here where you're going to fill out your membership information. So you're going to fill in all of this, your address, pretty much the standard stuff. Now down here, sign in information. This is very important. You're going to create a username and a password. And then you're going to create a 4-digit PIN. Now this PIN number you don't want to forget. This one is if you have any technical difficulties or any questions and maybe you call in to Young Living, they're going to ask you for your 4-digit PIN. It's just an extra source of security. So this is always a good one to choose something that you'll remember, because you won't be able to access your profile if you do not remember this here. Just going to continue. Check this box. Make sure you check this box. Agree and continue. Now I'm not going to click on that because I haven't filled everything out. I'm already a member. And then that's going to take you to the page where you see the different options for the starter kit. The one that I spoke to you about today is the premium starter kit, and this is the one that I always recommend because you get more product for your money. So go ahead and click on that and choose whichever one you want to start with and choose your diffuser. You're going to move on to shipping and payment, checkout, and then congratulations, because you will now officially be a Young Living member, and your new starter kit should be on its way within 1 to 2 weeks. So I really hope that this video was informative to you. I tried to hit on everything that I could think of, but I always want people leaving my classes feeling as informed as possible. If you know somebody that is sharing Young Living with you, has talked Young Living with you at all, and there are some oils that you want to try maybe before you dive in and buy any of these oils or buy the kit, ask them about it, because I'm sure that they will have sample packets or even sample bottles that they can give to you. I hope you enjoyed my class. Please feel free to contact me if you have any extra questions. My email is shrimpson5@gmail.com, and I will link that below the video so you can easily contact me and get all of your questions answered.